Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be doing the weekly analysis. So I'm going to analyze the chart, show you guys what I'm looking at for next week. So without further ado, let's begin. So we are starting off with XAUUSD on the daily time frame, right? So we have our break of structure over here. Over here as well, we have another break of structure, right? Now, what do we have? After the break of structure, price push back into a supply order block, right? So we have our supply order block. Price has traced into the supply order block and giving off a reaction. So what is our target? Our target is this two right here for next week. So when we go to I think we are done with the daily time frame for now. So we are going to the 4-hour time frame, right? There's not much here to see. If I go lower on the time frame, you'll see more, right? So we are going down lower to the 4-hour time frame. So on our 4-hour time frame, what do we have? We have the start of the pullback, right? So the break of structures that started the pullback, I'm going to be mapping them out. This is 4-hour break of structure. So 4-hour break of structure, right? For those of you who don't know how to map structure, this is how you do it, right? It's basically this, right? We get our pullback. This is basically the framework the market works on. So if you understand this, you can easily trade, right? You have to understand market structure. This is basically the framework the market works on. You can see it happening over here, right? It happens every time, everywhere in the market. So that is what we basically follow to get our daily bias, daily, weekly, monthly bias, right? So we are mapping up our break of structures. So basically something like this, price pushes into a key level. Key levels, we have fair value gap, other blocks, liquidity, and then yeah, we get moves. So right now, what do we have over here? Price has taken liquidity behind this low, right? We have swept this low. Have you swept the low? Let me check it. Well, let me zoom in to confirm. Yeah, we have taken liquidity of this low. We have taken liquidity of this low. That is what it's giving us the reaction for the pullback, right? So I'm going to draw a liquidity sweep over here. We have had a liquidity sweep over here, right? So now for the price in the pullback phase, right? So what are we looking for? We are looking for key levels, right? So key levels, like I explained, we have other blocks, fair value gaps, liquidity points. So I'm going to draw all of that on. So for my first key level, we have this supply order block over here, right? That's my first key level. For my second key level, we also have another supply order block, right? And for my third key level, we have liquidity, right? Above this line, we have liquidity. So now what do we check next? We are looking for if our key levels are valid or not. whether they are in the 50% of the range or not, right? Because investors, the big banks and stuff, don't like to buy price on the high, right? They want to buy it on the cheap and sell it on the high, right? So we want to see if our key levels are situated in the cheap, right? So that we can trade in line with the institutions. So that's it. I've drawn my fib 2, right? The Fibonacci retracement tool. This is my setting. It's 0, 1, 0.5, right? So we can see that our zone is perfectly in line with the 0.5 level, right? So we are good, right? So now another problem is we have two supply zones right now. We have two supply zones. So which one, how do you know which one is going to hold, right? How do you know which one is going to hold? So this is how you actually know which one is going to hold. You wait for confirmation, right? You wait for confirmation. So if price comes into this zone over here, right? Comes into this level over here, and then doesn't give us confirmation that the structure is shifting bearish, right? You won't take that trade. So over here you can set a limit order. The POI is big, but you can set a limit order and short. That will be a risk entry, right? But for the first key level, we'll wait for confirmation before we sell, right? So you wait for a market structure shift inside this, and then we sell. So yeah, market open. What do we expect, right? For those of you who will be scalping the market open, you can see when we drop down to the lower time frame, right? When we drop down to the lower time frame, we have been given a market structure shift over here, right? This is on the lower time frame. We have been given a market structure shift, and when you zoom in, we have a key level over here, a fair value gap, right after price swept liquidity above a high, right? Right after price swept liquidity above a high, it gave off a reaction, and then this fair value gap held that reaction to prevent it from going lower, right? Because we have our objectives over here. So a market opening, you can try and long. You can already see the bullish momentum coming in, right? Looking at how the structure is moving, it has already shifted. You can try and long with your stop loss below the low, and your target can be the liquidity point or the risk entry you set before, right? So that's it for XAUUSD. What I'm expecting for market open, right? So let's go to EURUSD, Forex.com, FXC. So EURUSD on the daily time frame. Mind you, this is our last pick. I realize that most of the videos have become very long, like 30 minutes, 42, sorry, 42 minutes and stuff. So this one will be short. We are just looking at two pairs. When the week starts, every day I'll be doing the analysis, so you'll get more value. Every morning I'll try and post the session, before session, how I'll be looking at the chart, right? So I'm mapping out my zones, just liquidity, and supply order block, right? This is on the daily time frame, so it will take some time for price to reach these levels, right? So we have had our break of structure and we are in the pullback phase, right? So over here we can't really see much, so we are just dropping down to the 4 hour immediate. My lines are not showing current interval and below. Okay, yeah. I don't know why trading view sometimes does this. I don't know if it's only me. You have drawn your lines and you expect them to show on the lower time frame, but they don't. Yeah, so 4 hour time frame, we have had our break of structure already. Let me map out the current break of structures and the old one as well. So we have had our break of structure. So I'm mapping out my key levels. We have liquidity. We have order block. Right? What else? Fair value gap. We have one, but it has already been touched. Right? It has already been. We have. Okay, this is in the previous leg. We have one over here. That's already been touched. This has already been mitigated. So yeah. This is our liquidity. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it for 4 hour time frame. Yeah. So we have our liquidity, we have our order block. We are in the pullback phase, so we expect a bullish move to the upside, right? Since we are in the pullback phase. So we drop down to the 1 hour. Let's look at what the lower time frame is delivering. Remember, those of you who just sit on the higher time frame, right? If you want to get your entries very well, you have to start doing multi-time frame analysis, right? Because the lower time frames deliver price to the higher time frame. That's something you have to really know. The lower time frames deliver price to the higher time frame. So before the higher time frame trend even shifts, right, it will start to shift on the lower time frame. That is where we actually make our money, right? So if you want to be a very good trader, you have to start doing multi-time frame analysis, which is what I'm doing here. We start from the higher time frame all the way down to the lower time frame, right? So break of structure, fair value gap over here. We have a fair value. Oh, sorry. What is this? I unintentionally press the button. Let me zoom in so that I can fix it. Beautiful. I hope the audio is good right now. I recently just got a mic, so I hope the audio is good right now. If it's not good, that means I have to get an editing software so that I'll just increase the volume from there. But that will make it some way back. It will be very audible. Right now I have to start learning video editing and stuff because I want to make this YouTube thing a career. Not really a career, but like a side job, hobby, something along with my trading. So I've seen something over here. We have a refined zone, a 1 hour order block refined. So I'm just gonna draw it, map it on the chart. When I'm doing something and I see something, I immediately just switch. It's a bad habit of mine, but you know. Okay, so we have a break of structure. Price has pulled back, and we are looking to get the continuous. It's as simple as that. So 15 minutes. What do we see? What do you see? Yeah, price has swept liquidity above the side, retraced into the 1 hour fair value gap, giving us confirmation over here. You can see we swept this high. It's very not clear, but I can see it. Nothing escapes my eye. We have a break of structure over here, and another break of structure. So you can see, right? Price broke structure, pulled back, continued. Over here will have been my first entry, realistically. Yeah, I've actually taken this trade. I've actually taken this trade. I've actually taken this trade. Yeah, you can see. I'm already in this trade. I'm just waiting for market to open, right? Uh, Euro USD, FX. So yeah, over there will have been my first trade. It is my first trade. So price has reacted off that. We have pulled back, swept the high once more, right? And now we have started to sell off. So I'm looking for this to play out tomorrow. Today market open, right? I'm looking for this to play out. Play out. We have an obstacle in our way at this point. We have an obstacle in our way, right? By 15 minutes, other blocks, so it doesn't hold as much value as a 1 hour fair value gap, right? So yeah, that's it for Euro USD. I think we are done with the analysis for today. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section, right? If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.